Good day, fellow observers. Today we are going to do a Popeyes test for version 12.5.4, and it's gonna be a 13-minute drive, 2.1 miles. Let me just wait for this SUV to pass by, actually. All right, now let me activate. Okay, so it should start moving now. Alright, I'll press the accelerator. Okay, so it prompted it to move. So that counts as a human intervention, but you know, I think FSD doesn't have that
Now
full
turn
feature.
right on 239th Avenue.
So now we make a right here because it's green. Okay, good adjustment here because there was a bike on the right side. And now we make a right here. Okay, now I make a disengagement because it kind of twitched and it felt like it wasn't sure, so I had to disengage there because there was a bike on the left and a pedestrian on the right. I don't know which one caused it, but oh man, I should have left a message to Tesla. I forgot. So don't worry guys, I'm trying to incorporate that in the flow, but at times I forget.
In 500 feet, turn right onto 65th Street.
So this is the second all-way that we are crossing. And we go straight. Right, good. Okay, so now this is an interesting situation.
Now turn right onto 65th Street.
Okay, good. Okay, so why is this vehicle trying to reverse? Okay, it's trying to park, but let me just disengage now because I am not comfortable with this position. So I crossed myself and FSD wasn't actually moving as well, so I had to disengage there. And now we are at 65th place and we are waiting for a green light. Okay, we have a green light now. FSD is advancing. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, good adjustment though. FSD stopped because there was a car that was turning in front of us.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Woodside Avenue.
Okay, so I hope... Okay, I disengaged because I didn't know what FSD will do and I was slowing down.
Now turn left onto Woodside Avenue.
Because I don't trust the car that can't see me. So the guy driving, I can't see him, he can't see me. So I just want to slow down, and FSD wasn't slowing down at the time that I wanted.
Now turn right onto 65th Place.
So we are making a right here to 65th Place, and interesting, we already have 3 disengages.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Queens Blvd. Now turn left onto Queens Blvd.
Okay, let's see how we are going to do this. Alright, so we are stopping. Okay, good. I think this is good. But FSD... Okay, so I think this is reasonable. I mean, part of me wants to advance, but because there's no space up ahead, like, it doesn't even matter now. So I'm hoping that FSD will advance on its own, or else I'll press the accelerator, but we have 7 seconds. Okay, good. Yeah, okay, good. My feet was almost on the... Okay, so I have to press the accelerator because it wasn't sure. So earlier I was about to press, but then it advanced. But then eventually I had to press the accelerator because it was slow on making the turn. So we have a green light just right in time. Now I like the speed right here because FSD will follow this kind of speed, I mean the traffic flow, because this section here of Queens Blvd, there is a lot of, okay, disengaged because FSD with auto speed goes over the speed limit, and this street has cameras. Speed limit is 25, FSD is running at 30 miles per hour. Okay, so I was recording, so I think that's a good save. Now I go back, but I think I still was running on 30 miles. I was so focused on doing the recording, I didn't notice the speed at that point. Oh man, okay. So this is more of, I guess, a learning experience. So far I haven't gotten tickets, and hopefully that continues even for today. So we are making a bear right here, and FSD keeps on going to the middle lane even though it's gonna make a bear right in 0.1 miles. So
in 500 feet, bear right to stay on Queens Blvd.
yeah, in the previous version, 12.5.2, I actually did a manual intervention to make a lane change to the right lane, and so that kind of set the car up for the bear right, and FSD was able to take it. But this time I don't want to help the car, and I just want to see on its own, can it make a bear right? But before that, it has to make a lane change to this right lane. Hopefully this car on the right will be faster than me, so that I'll just make a lane change right behind it, and let's see. Okay, now we have a green light. So let's see.
Now bear right to stay on Queens Blvd.
Okay, so it can't bear right. It made just a lane change. We should have made a bear right here. So now I want to see how it will do it. We are most likely going to make a U-turn on an underpass. So I think still it's a good thing to test if it will go to the left turn bay properly this time. Okay, we are crossing some greens. Alright, so it's gonna say that I have to make a right here.
In 500 feet, turn right. Then you will arrive at your destination.
But that is not possible actually. We can't make a right here because that's a no right turn zone. So I may have, so you see this one, the signs here, can't make a right. So I will have to disengage this. I'll disengage this now so I could leave a note. Disengage because... Alright, so here's the problem, right? I disengage. See? It doesn't even give me a chance to drop a record. Okay, so now I just have to disengage right before the turn.
Now turn right.
So I can't even leave a message. Okay, so now I re-engage it again. So we have a flashing yellow arrow here. Okay, and now we merge. Alright, good. Okay, so we have a green light now, and FSD is advancing.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Elliot Avenue, then turn left onto Queens Blvd.
Okay, let's see.
Now turn left onto Elliot Avenue.
Okay, good adjustment here for the bike. Okay,
Now
snap,
turn
let's
left
see.
onto Queens Blvd.
Okay guys, so I didn't disengage because it's a bit late now. There are cars moving from behind me, so I will just let it. Oh yes, I still need to disengage. Oh wait, let's see where it will. Maybe it will make a left here. Oh snap, it will make a left here. Oh snap. Wait, we're going to a highway. Okay, so we are going to Long Island Expressway. I thought it was the right way for a moment, but no. Okay, so the test must continue. This will extend Popeyes Test for a few minutes. Now we are back here and we are going straight. Let's see where we will exit. Okay, that was generous of the car right behind us.
In 500 feet, take the Woodhaven Blvd ramp on the right.
Okay, so it went to the left lane.
Now take the Woodhaven Blvd ramp on the right.
And went to the right lane because this is the proper route. Okay, now we exit. Alright, good thing we didn't really go further out using Long Island Expressway. So, should be getting to move. Alright, good. Lane changes. Okay, it's not sure. Okay, we go straight ahead. And
in 500 feet, make a U-turn to stay on Woodhaven Blvd.
So again, this is another special rule around the Elmhurst area, not in Queens Blvd. There are a lot of no U-turns here, so this is another disengagement on my end.
Now make a U-turn to stay on Woodhaven Blvd.
Okay, so there is a green arrow, but we won't make it.
Now make a U-turn at 61st Road.
So it says here, unable to complete maneuver. Disengage because FSD is going to make a U-turn on a non-U-turn zone. Alright, so we sent that recording. Now I have to manually drive and reactivate it as I go past beyond this light after the left turn. Okay, so I'm just manually driving for this turn, and then I'm going to re-engage FSD. Alright, so I engage FSD now. And
now turn right onto 62nd Avenue.
So it looks like it knows where to go. Okay, good.
Now turn right onto Woodhaven Blvd.
Okay, so we are making a right on stop. Okay, good creeps. Okay, we don't have enough space here, but I think FSD was able to put itself on a good position. So you can see here the red, the road that has a red paint, it's for buses only, and I think FSD is able to recognize that. Okay, so we will have a window soon. Okay, good. Okay, good lane change. So we are well in position to not get lost. I'm hoping. Now if it were me, I would have made a lane change also here on the lane, on the left lane, because this will ensure us to be by the, let's see, I don't know now, because this is not usually my route. Okay, so we have a green light. Let's see where it's going. I know it's gonna make a left on Queens Blvd. I just don't know on which lane, the inner lanes or the outer lanes.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Queens Blvd.
Okay, so we are turning left and FSD is advancing good.
Now turn left onto Queens Blvd.
Okay, good. Now let's see.
Now take the Queens Blvd ramp on the left.
So we're going to the ramp. FSD needs
In 500 feet, turn sharp left onto Hoffman Drive.
Okay, so we are not doing whatever this nav is saying. We will be recalculating. Now, if it would have went here and it recalculates, I think it will have a better chance of going to the destination. But now here, I'm just not sure where it's gonna go. Now we have a green light here. Okay, so
now turn sharp left onto Hoffman Drive.
So I'm disengaging again because it's trying to make a left here, which doesn't make sense because this is the left turn area, but oh boy. So kind of blocked the walkway. Thought we were able to make it. Now I'm gonna cross and then I am going to re-engage FSD. Okay, so we have a green light. So I am advancing. And I'm re-engaging FSD now. So we have a green light up ahead, but actually I should have re-engaged it further down because maybe FSD will try to make a sharp left here. So I'm putting my foot on the brake pedal just in case. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so now we go straight ahead. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm disengaging because it's twitching. It might make a sharp left. Okay, I'm waiting for this to recalculate. But anyway, I re-engage it again, so we are making a right.
Now turn right onto 56th Avenue.
Okay, so we have a green light here. Now we are making a right. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Good. Okay, good. Slow down. Okay. Okay. Alright, good.
In 500 feet, turn left onto 90th Street.
Okay, good
Then
adjustment.
turn left onto Justice Avenue.
There were several double parked cars here. It's able to navigate through them. And now we're going for an all-way.
Now turn left onto 90th Street.
Oh, okay. So FSD, the driver wants me to go ahead. So I'm going around. And then I'm going to the left. So now I re-engaged. Okay, I'm pressing the accelerator here because FSD is becoming hesitant. We have, though, the right of way. That's why I
Now
pressed the
turn
pedal.
left onto Justice Avenue.
So now we are at an all-way stop. Okay, so it should have been us though, but good slow down, and I pressed the accelerator as well just to keep FSD
Now turn
moving.
left onto 55th Avenue.
Okay, now we're making a left. Okay, FSD, I think, is gonna be making a left now. Good.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Queens Blvd.
Okay, good slowdown here. Okay, we won't make it, so we're gonna make a stop here. Now we have a green light.
Now turn left onto Queens Blvd.
Okay, we should be at the outer lanes. Okay, good. Okay, good. Alright, so definitely we're going to arrive to Popeyes now.
In 500 feet, turn right. Then you will arrive at your destination.
We're just waiting for another green light. I think this will be enough for us to get through to the parking lot. Alright, we have green lights here. Okay, so we have a red light up ahead, but we are close. Alright, we have green light, guys. So we are going straight ahead.
Now turn right.
Well, it feels like FSD will go in here. Pretty good. Okay, so I'm disengaging now because it was unsure. So let me
Now you have arrived at your destination.
Park so I could give my takeaways. Alright, so this was the most unexpected FSD Popeyes test that I ever had. I thought it's gonna be a shorter time. It's gonna be shorter this time around, but no. So let me just start off. We were at a double park state. It was able to get out of, well, it didn't actually. I engaged FSD, but then it took some time for it to move. And so the thing is, I waited for a bit, but eventually I pressed the accelerator. So that's a human intervention. And then also once we hit the green light to turn right, FSD was unsure on the turn for some reason, because I mean, from what I saw, I mean, the data it saw was that there was a bike, I mean, a motorcycle on the left, but then there's also pedestrians on the right. And so I don't know if that caused it to glitch. Well, not glitch, but like to make it hesitant to make the turn. So I disengaged and drove myself for that turn. And then I re-engaged it and it went through different allways. And then there's this one allway stop. I mean, at the last stop, actually, it was a stop, not an allway. There was an SUV that was trying to reverse, but it was doing it at an awkward state. And so FSD doesn't know how to manage that. It just stopped while the SUV was closing in front of the car. And so I had to disengage there as well and then drive manually to make that right turn on stop. And then once we had the green light, we went straight ahead along 65th Place. We made a left turn, and then well, the thing is, along 65th Place, I had to disengage as well because there was a car that was advancing and its nose, the car's nose is showing, but the driver window is not showing up, and I wasn't sure if the driver will just stop or actually it will continue to advance even though I was there. And at that time as well, FSD was kind of running fast for a narrow road, and so I disengaged there and tried to slow down, which I did, and then went straight ahead and then made a left to Woodhaven Blvd and then made a right to 65th Place. Now on the left turn towards Queens Blvd from 65th Place, FSD kind of gave way to the cars trying to make a left right in front of FSD, because even though if it tries to advance, it will just stop anyway and will further block the opposite traffic turning to my right side. But on their side, it's gonna be their left side. So FSD kind of waited for a bit. I was about to press the accelerator, but it advanced. But then we had the yellow light that became red, and then FSD was in the process of turning left to Queens Blvd, but at a very slow rate, so I had to press the accelerator. At the same time also, well, not at the same time, after that, I was monitoring the speed of FSD along Queens Blvd because there are speed cams there, and it was going to around the 30s, like 30s flat, 29, 30s, and I had to disengage and drop a note. But then as I was dropping a note and as I was finishing up, I noticed that I was also still running at 30 miles. So I thought that I was running slower, but once I was done recording and observed the speed, then it was still around the 30s. So it was kind of pointless, but I drove and dropped an FSD note. Next is the bare right. So that was a bare right that FSD couldn't consistently execute. And so what happened was we were at the middle lane and bare right is about 0.1 miles. But then on the green light, it made a lane change to the bare right, but it didn't go through the ramp, the mini, what do you call this? The mini path to the outer lanes. And so we missed the turn, and then the thing is, it recalculated, but it's trying to say that coming from the inner lanes of Queens Blvd, make a right towards Popeyes. But the thing is, from the inner lanes, you can't just make a right going through the outer lanes and then to here. So I had to disengage there, and I was trying to find a way to drop a note, but I like the prompt to drop it didn't appear, and I tried to re-engage it and disengage it several times, but it didn't happen. So I just gave up on that, and then I just re-engage it and then let it do the recalculate. And so it went to bear right towards the outer lanes of Queens Blvd, and it was able to go to the underpass. It says to make a U-turn under the overpass. So the thing is, once it made a left to Elliot, it didn't go to the left turn bay. So that wasn't a good sign. And also, I was thinking of disengaging, but I did not because there were a lot of cars behind me. And to go on short notice on the left turn bay, I don't think it's safe also. So I just let it be, and I thought that FSD had the right path because it's gonna make a left. I thought so too, that left that it did is gonna go to Queens Blvd again, but turns out no. It's actually gonna go to the Long Island Expressway westbound, and so it did that. I was surprised, but test had to continue, and so we went there. It made a left lane change, but then it went back to the right lane because it had to exit towards Woodhaven, and good thing it did because it shortened the redirection for this trip. So the thing is, we went to Woodhaven, and here's another problem whenever FSD's in the area, because it says to make a U-turn, but there are no U-turns on those left turn bays. Like, it is not allowed. So I had to disengage there to drive, not to make a U-turn, but to make a left turn and then just go straight. And then that's what I did, and I re-engaged, and FSD was able to make a right and then go back to Woodhaven Blvd. And then FSD was able to find its way to the second lane from the left, because those were the left turn bays for Queens Blvd. And so FSD went there, and again, the nav, once after the left turn to Queens Blvd, it shows to make a sharp left coming from the outer lanes. That is not allowed on Queens Blvd. So I had to disengage there, and then FSD recalculated to make a right to, I forgot what was that street, was it like 56 Ave? So I went there, and then it was able to adjust to pedestrians. And then the thing is, I had to disengage because there was an Amazon delivery truck right in front of me on a hazard. But the thing is, FSD kind of stopped and thought that it doesn't have to go around it, but then the driver just waved at me to go around, and so I had to disengage and do that myself. Then also I went through an all-way, and I had to press the accelerator several times in that all-way and the second all-way, just so I could prompt FSD to keep moving, so that I could preserve the right of way before others just keep crossing on all-way stop. And so it made a left turn towards 55th Avenue, and then made a left turn to Queens Blvd. We had some lights there that took some time for us to go through, but then it did. And then also, upon arriving here, it was trying to park just by the roadside. I thought it's gonna go into the parking lot, so I disengaged there, and because it was hesitant as well, so I had to do it very quickly, so I did it myself. And yeah, so those are all my takeaways for the Popeyes test, and this is one of the most surprising turnout for this test. And I thought it's gonna be a shorter drive. Turns out to be around 41 minutes plus, you know, my test recap, so it's gonna inflate it further. So those are all my Popeyes comments and takeaways, and if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.